In the heart of a bustling city, with towering skyscrapers and blurred headlights, sat a tiny ginger kitten named Whiskers. Though surrounded by the constant hum of city life, Whiskers felt painfully alone. His large, expressive eyes brimmed with tears that rolled down his cheeks, and his tiny body trembled as the cold night enveloped him. The rain-soaked pavement only added to his misery, making his smallness in the vast urban landscape all the more apparent. One night, as the rain poured incessantly, Whiskers found temporary refuge under an old, run-down barn. The constant drip of water from the roof echoed the sorrow in his heart. Curled up tight, he peered out through the broken boards, watching the rain cascade down, feeling as isolated as ever. His little tummy rumbled with hunger, but there was no one to offer him food or warmth. Desperation drove Whiskers to venture back out into the storm. Standing amidst the relentless downpour, he meowed with all his might, crying for help that never came. His tiny voice was swallowed by the roaring rain and the indifference of the city. The world seemed vast, unkind, and uncaring. Despite his pleas, no one stopped to help him. On another dreary day, a confrontation occurred. A tall, shadowy figure loomed over him, pointing angrily. Whiskers cowered in fear, the rain still falling around him, making his orange fur cling to his small frame. The harsh words and gestures from the human made him feel even more helpless and abandoned. In another scene, Whiskers found himself in a dark alleyway, wearing a torn and dirty shirt that someone had discarded. He sat by a trash bin, his eyes reflecting his deep sadness. As he glanced up, there was a fleeting sense of hope, as if he were waiting for a kind soul to rescue him from his plight. One evening, Whiskers approached a storefront. Its glass windows shone faintly with the light inside. Tentatively, he placed a tiny paw against the cold glass, staring at his own reflection. Behind those big, teary eyes was a longing for comfort, for a home where he belonged. The reflection symbolized his burning wish for a life far removed from the streets. As days went by, Whiskers walked down the streets with a heavy heart. The occasional passerby would point and laugh, mocking his tiny, bedraggled appearance. Their callousness added to the weight he already carried, making every step feel like a struggle. Finally, on a particularly bleak evening, Whiskers sat on the sidewalk, his body shivering from the cold. A small cardboard sign lay in front of him, scribbled with the words, "Please help." His large, pleading eyes reached out to the souls passing by, a silent cry for kindness in a sea of indifference. The world seemed to move on, oblivious to his suffering. The dark, rainy streets and muted colors of the city perfectly mirrored Whiskers' lonely and desperate journey. Slow, melancholic piano music played softly in the background, enhancing the profound sadness of his existence. Yet amidst all the hardship, Whiskers' spirit remained unbroken. The little kitten's journey through vulnerability, loneliness, and resilience touched the hearts of those who glimpsed his struggle. With every tear and every hopeful meow, Whiskers reminded us all of the simple yet profound wish for love and belonging.